Take a look at this. Do you think this looks like a good lesson for a 6-year-old kid? A 6-year-old, a first grader, learning this lesson? Obviously not. We're going to watch a couple of the videos that these first graders were shown, and now we're learning, as of today from the New York Times, that the sexual education teacher that taught these at Dalton, a rich kid's school, has been fired or booted after this masturbation lesson for first graders. But do not miss something, because I have something you're not hearing anywhere else. Who else went to this school? In fact, who else taught at this school that they accused of being a groomer? Maybe Dalton hasn't come so far from where they were. Let's watch the lesson first. Is this okay for your 6-year-old child to learn? Here we go.
How come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good.
Sometimes when I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too.
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it. But have you ever noticed that older kids and grown-ups don't touch their private parts in public?
They don't?
That's right, Keith. It's okay to touch yourself and see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Yeah, just have a way at yourself in private, kids. This is fine to me. Trust me, I'm no prude to teach a high school kid when their parents elect for them to have the class and learn about their bodies and puberty and sexuality. Maybe even a kid in 8th grade. First graders, in the comments, is this okay to teach a first grader, or is this super creepy? More about the teacher who was teaching this and somebody else who went to this school who they accused of grooming children in just a moment. Here's another example video from amaze.org that they teach as part of this lesson.
Oh, you're so good looking. Those lips, those eyes. Oh, I'm so glad we're finally alone. Jane, dinner! Coming! I'll be right back.
Okay.
During puberty, your body starts to produce more sex hormones. One of the results is more interest and curiosity about sexuality. Sometimes, young people will experience sexual pleasure and relieve stress and sexual tension by touching their genitals.
No!
That's
No!
called masturbation. It's very
Tell
common
me
for
no!
boys and girls. It's normal if you do it, and it's normal if you don't, and should always be done in private.
Oh my God. Annie grabs a tissue. I mean, look at this. Is this something you want a 6-year-old kid learning about in class? I don't know about that. The teacher who taught this at this particular rich kid school called Dalton has been booted after this first grade lesson. A teacher who taught controversial sex education classes that included cartoon videos on masturbation for first graders at the posh Dalton school has resigned. Justine Angfonte, who also taught a one-day workshop on porn literacy to juniors at Columbia Grammar and Prep School last month, that angered parents. So this is a recurring theme. Hey, let's keep teaching young kids about sex stuff and porn, and the teacher is in trouble again. Will not return to the school next year, according to an email Dalton's head of school, Jim Best, sent to parents on Friday. Best will also not be returning to Dalton next year. Throughout her tenure at Dalton, Justine Angfonte has helped to develop an exemplary K-12 health and wellness program. Dalton, our faculty, staff, administration, and trustees continue to stand firmly behind this program and those who teach it. Behind this program and those who teach it. Who else taught at this school? Who else taught at Dalton that they said may have been grooming children? Jeffrey Epstein taught at this same school where they stand by this lesson. His behavior was noticed, said the New York Times. Some students at the esteemed Manhattan Prep School recall that Mr. Epstein, now charged with sex trafficking, was willing to violate norms in his encounters with girls. There he is, math and science teacher, and I'm sure watching these videos if they were around at the time. How Jeffrey Epstein learned his vile grooming techniques while working as a creepy math teacher before being sacked. What else is going on at this particular school? Is this an appropriate lesson for a child who is 6 or 7 years old Would you want your kid learning this and watching these cartoons in school? What should happen to the teacher in this question or in this situation? And more importantly, this is a school where Jeffrey Epstein was a teacher, maybe where he learned everything he eventually knew. What does that say about this school? Homeschooling seems like a good option after watching this. If you think this video is important, share it with your friends. I'd appreciate that. If you are watching over on facebook.com/thenewsjunkie, if you want to get videos just like this every single day, highlighting something insane in the news, make sure you hit the follow button at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. Also available over on youtube.com where you can subscribe, of course, and I appreciate you for watching and doing that, and we'll talk to you again real soon.